Toe wrestling. Despite its famous cousins arm and thumb wrestling, toe wrestling is another unusual sport that has become quite big in the past few decades. Welcome to another video of Crack Sports Facts. Would you like to know more about toe wrestling? If so, then stick with me. Today we discuss the game of toe wrestling. Toe wrestling is a recreational game similar to hand wrestling. The feet version of arm wrestling has been gaining recognition and new participants are enrolling every year. The sport was invented by 4 drinkers in Ye Olde Royal Oak Inn in Wenton, United Kingdom in 1974. Having tried ear wrestling and push of war with a scaffolding pole, Pete Cheatham, Eddie Stanfield, Pete Dean, and Mick Dawson created toe wrestling. A rule board was produced with the aid of using the Yorkshire Evening Post. A small trophy was made and engraved. Logically, if a brand new game is invented that no person else knows about, it is not that hard to become a world champion. This is probably the reason why Dawson, one of the inventors, was the world champion for the first 3 years. However, in 1978, a Canadian tourist competed and won. After 1978, the sport started gaining popularity, and even though the Olympic Committee refused to recognize it as an Olympic sport, the World Toe Wrestling Championship is held yearly at its birthplace, the Royal Oak in Wheaton. Top athletes are Clive Dr. De Silva, Ben Total Destruction Woodruff, and Alan Nasty Nash, the current world champion. Lisa Winkletoes Shenton is the current women's world champion, and Dolly Mill Ward is the children's world champion. In 2018, Alan Nash and Ben Woodruff bought the rights to toe wrestling, looking to bring the sport to a broader audience. Besides the United Kingdom, there are also events in Pakistan, India, and China. Now let's go over the rules of toe wrestling. Feet are gross, you're probably saying. Yes, we know, but that's why a podiatrist checks all feet before they enter the match. No corns, bunions, or warts are allowed in toe wrestling, so at least it's somewhat sanitary. So the primary rule is that each participant has to go through a complete toe inspection before the match. Rule number 2. All players are required to take off their footwear and socks before the match, as they need to play with naked feet. Rule number 3. Players must link toes. Rule number 4. To win, the foot of the opponent ought to be held pinned on the ground for 3 seconds straight. Rule number 5. A toe wrestling match consists of 3 rounds where the winner is determined on a best 2 out of 3 basis. Rule number 6. In toe wrestling, the rounds are played as followed. First with the right foot, then left, then right again if necessary. Although it does not sound like a bloody or injury-heavy sport, past contestants would beg to differ with their broken toes and sprained ankles. Have you played this sport before, or would you like to? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and until next time.